I have a Discord server, by the way. I post sneak peeks on new videos and whatnot. Feel free to join if you'd like. Thanks. You know, I really thought all these cat teasers were going to be some type of April Fool's joke, turning all the legends into cats. While I was a little sad they didn't do this, I think that was the April Fool's prank, tricking us into thinking they were doing something this year when they actually weren't. So April 1st passes with no April Fool's prank. What is this whole cat thing about? Alright, yeah, I can rock with this. So Vivi is Brawlhalla's 60-second legend, rocking my absolute favorite weapon to play, Battle Boots. Oh, and blasters, I guess. Look, if you know me already, you know I have a crippling hate for blasters. Most people say the weapon sucks, while I think with correct spacing, it's one of the easiest weapons in the game. That doesn't suck the enjoyment I get out of playing Vivi though. Most of my time on her will likely be on Battle Boots anyways, but this weapon combo is fierce to wield. I like it quite a lot, and honestly I think I would have rather had this over Axe Boots. Don't worry Axe Mage, you'll get your spotlight eventually. So a lot of the talk I've heard about Vivi is that she's mostly balanced. Is that actually true though? Let's dive into that theory by taking a look at her signatures. Blaster Insig I would say is a signature of Vivi's that's pretty balanced. I can see it being quite hard to use actually if you don't understand the trajectory it sends in. It is a bit strange though, I can admit that. Some parts of it hit, but they don't line up with each other. Now the wall version on the other hand, feels absolutely legendary to hit. That's the only way I can describe it. Blaster Legends casually having dunking signatures is just the best. Blaster Sidestick I would say is the best blaster signature in her kit. It's actually a pretty straightforward signature and even goes true with downlight up to what, 80 damage? Which is kind of nuts if you think about it. I was surprised to find out this was one of Vivi's only true signature combos, as Boots has absolutely none. It's a good combo and the signature itself is quite nice too. Blaster Downsig unfortunately might have to be my pick for her worst one. There isn't too much wrong with it, I mean its kill power and damage compared to the other SIGs is about the same, but it keeps you in place for so long and it can be very easy to punish if you use it wrong. Although sliding off a platform can help quite a lot. You just gotta be careful using this one and not throw it out all willy-nilly. Vivi's blaster game is nice, but let's get to the spotlight signatures with her Battle Boots. Battle Boots Insig I see everyone's calling the most broken one, especially because of how quick it is. I'm gonna say this right now though, just because a SIG is quick does not mean it's broken. We learned that lesson with Loki, people. And surprisingly, I am not great at using it. I know it is good though. The way it's done is you do this kick upwards behind you and that throws me off a little bit. Especially the placement of it. It looks like it should hit behind you, but it really doesn't. It isn't that big of a move. I know this might be a hot take, but this signature is not her greatest. It's the only one I haven't figured out entirely though, so maybe I'll change my mind later. It is good, but not as good as people are making it out to be. Battle Boots Side Sig now. This one is a bit more underrated in my eyes, especially when being paired with her Boots Insig and her Boots Down Sig. It can be very easy to miscalculate where it will hit or where the projectile will go, but once you have the spacing on this one down, it can be menacing. This one people will likely call her worst Battle Boot Sig, which I understand, but it isn't bad by any means. On to Vivi's last signature, we're given Battle Boots Down Sig, which I hope everyone can agree is her strongest signature by far. It gives off huge Kaya Spear Down Sig vibes with the way you spin in place, but the fact that this Sig has active input is nuts. Imagine if Blaster Down Sig had active input too. It might have been just as good. Boots Down Sig is quick and nimble, and slide charging it is super strong. If any signature of Vivi's is getting a nerf, it's probably this one. Overall, she's not as strong as some of the other legends on release, but she's still pretty damn good right now. BMG has been getting better at releasing legends on release without making them wildly strong, and I respect that. Onto her skins, I'm not a huge fan of them all, but let's speed through them. Skipping right past God tier and into pretty good tier, we have Streetwear, Default, and Covert Ops Vivi. All of them look quite nice, but Streetwear is my personal pick at the moment. The default design isn't my favorite as compared to the last 5 legends we've gotten, but it's still nice. Covert Ops is the one people are choosing as well, I've noticed, and is the most unique out of the 3. Mid-tier we have just Grau Maestra Vivi. The outfit and hairstyle I'm not too big on personally, but the skin isn't an insult to Vivi. It's nice, but my least favorite out of her skins. Overall, Vivi's skin options aren't amazing, but they're not bad either. Tier list wise, out of S, A, B, C, and D, I'd placed Vivi in S tier. I know this isn't a surprise of course, but while Vivi is in S tier, I don't think she's the most OP legend. She potentially could be S- tier if we really wanted to, but S is a safe spot to place her for now. Her signatures are pretty damn strong under the right hands, especially her boot signatures, although people would probably place her lower due to having blasters. I, politely, disagree with that statement just because people heavily underestimate the strength of blasters. Boots on the other hand, oh yeah, people will call that OP any day. Although I wouldn't say it's just the weapons and signatures that make Vivi super strong. Her stat lineup is quite nice too. 6 attack, 5 dex, 4 defense, and 7 speed. We're on the 4th Boots legend and still none of them have had over 5 base defense. I'll wait for the Battle Boots tank to drop with 8 defense BMG. I'll wait. Anyways, Vivi specializes in speed and lacks in defense, so you can always use defense stance to balance things out. Speed takes out on attack if you want to zoom around, attack takes out on dexterity, which is arguably the best stance, and dex takes out on defense, which I heavily advise against. Seriously, there's no point to that stance, and I'm sure you would know that as well. And I'm sure, as you would know it, Vivi's play rate will be high for the first week or so, although I'm not seeing her nearly as much as I should. On the day of writing this, Vivi's only the second most played underneath Mordex, which is surprising to me. I could see her becoming one of the least played legends. Higher than Thea, sure, but battle boots and blasters aren't really a weapon combo people are dying for. People are hyping it up now, of course, but I think it will die down personally. Now that I think about it, no one's really dying for a new boots legend in general. But I am. I freaking love boots, and I'll take any boots representation I can get. Tezuka, Thea, and Raptor are all above level 33 for me, so it's just a matter of time before Vivi gets up there too. It might take a while, but I'll do it. Trust me. What are your thoughts on Vivi though? Is she too strong, too weak? Are you a boots one trick or a blasters one trick? Depending on your answer, we're either great friends or you can stay the hell away from me. I hope you enjoyed this analysis on Vivi. I whipped it up kinda quick since my last video was a Q&A video, which you should totally watch. We just hit 3 years on the channel, which was very exciting. Of course, if you enjoy the content as well, feel free to subscribe. It's free and you can always unsubscribe at any time. Until next time, always remember to keep on brawling.